down, you guys want to make sure you're holding on to those T-grips, right? Those T-grips really on that lean in. If you lean in and get nervous and grab onto something, you're just hitting your friend right in your face, right?
Yeah,
it's like 2 inches away from that face. Right, and then Tug was talking about that high side, right? So if I say get right, what side of the boat should we get to? Exactly, right? That's just a lean right. If I say get right, you really want to be in the lap of the person to your right. You literally want to get as far right as you can. And vice versa. If I say get left, you just want to get as far left as you can. Make sense? Right? That's kind of the thing.
While keeping your foot placed?
No, you guys, at that point, we're just trying to keep the boat up, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Right, because what that really means is we're hitting a rock something on this side, right? And we want this side to stay down because that wants to hit and kind of go up.
Yep.
Well, if it goes up, that current from upstream is just going to push the boat up against the rock and flip it, right? So if you can keep the weight right next to the rock, keep that side down, you just kind of end up going right around it, nice and easy.
Cool.
Let's go 3 forward for me. Booyah. Right, but multiple things will have had to have gone wrong today for me to call a get right or a get left. Right, I may say lean in or get down depending on where we are, how big things are. Right, but multiple things have to happen today for me to say get right. Right, there's some old steps over here on the left. Right, that's some old overnight camping spots right over here. Steps that lead to absolutely nowhere now. Let's go 3 forward again, guys. Yeah, so this kind of cement beach over here on the left, right, that's Canard. That's where those half-day trips put in, or at lower water we put in. There's some big old steps that are there that are super cool. You get kayakers sometimes go up to the top of that step and strap in, and they just ride down the steps.
That's
It's
fun.
super rad. I like my boat too much to do that. Right, I'm not trying to ruin my boat just for, you know, that.
Right.
You come down pretty hard.
Okay.
Like when we were talking about, like, how rocks.
Right, yeah, you can hear that bus right now.
All those circle holes up there. Now the dynamics is that if you got 13 before, that's still going on. Right. But the water's much deeper. That shit's going on down here.
Go 3 forward, guys. Oh, incredible.
So when you start doing the gully, you said that starts in a couple of weeks, or?
Starts next weekend.
Next weekend.
Yeah, so next Thursday is our, there's a low water release day. It's kind of a training day. Kind of get people out there, show people some of the lines at 2,800. Really a little bit more difficult to scout some of those rapids. Right, 1,800 we'll kind of do a training day for some people. Pull out above all the class 5s. Really get a good look at them, see that water. Really the lines are the same, but a little bit lower, so you can really see all those rocks that you're trying to miss. So that Thursday, the 10th, we do that low water day, and then Friday is just game on. Friday to Monday.
And what do they do then with these trips here? Are they still doing
They're
some?
still doing new trips, but not as many. Not nearly as much. All of our resources are really going towards the
Pushing that
golly
way,
trips.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, it's just, you know, we get the new all year round, we get golly for 21 days.
Okay, that's 21. Okay.
Yeah. Friday through Monday for about 6 weeks, but then there's a couple days where it's only Saturday and Sunday, kind of towards the end.
Now that's 21 in the fall.
Yep.
And in the spring.
The spring, they don't really do it. They only, so all the other, we get a guaranteed fall release flow, but they do summer gollies all year round. It's just always based on what's coming. They release the water out of the dam for whatever's coming into the lake. So right, if you have 1,000 CFS coming into the lake, they'll release 1,000 CFS out of the dam, which is still a cool low water upper golly trip. But right, if you're booking a summer golly trip, you might be in a ducky, which is that inflatable kayak, or you're in a raft. You might be on the upper section in a ducky, might be in an upper section in a raft, or you might be on the lower section is super high water in a raft. Like there's just a bunch of different options, and We really don't know what we're doing until that day, right? We know how much water that dam's going to release, and then we get to have some fun doing it.
Ralph, do you remember when we went? Did we go in there? I can't remember. When we went. When we went on the gully? When did we go? You remember? I can't even remember.
So is the upper or the lower gully more difficult?
The upper's the big stuff. The upper's got that 5 class 5s, one's a 14-foot waterfall.
That's what we went on.
Yeah, the upper comes right out of that dam. That lower section is super fun and beautiful too. I think it's still one of the greatest sections in the world too, but it just gets overshadowed by the upper gully, you know? If that upper gully wasn't there and it was just the lower gully, people would literally still come from all over to raft the lower gully.
We did a whole weekend trip, and that to me, that was just too much.
It's a lot of paddling.
Well, we did the overnight.
Overnight, yeah.
And it just...
You kind of party a little bit too hard on that overnight.
The lower, we're just like, we were just already wiped out.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
We're rafting all day and drinking all night, and then we're just like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah, you didn't drink enough water. Right, the best part about it is those White Claws are, that's water too.
Yeah.
So, right, you just got to end your night with like 3 or 4 White Claws and you're not hungover the next morning. Right, Raft Guide's tip right there. Guys, so when we pop out here to eat lunch, right, you guys watch your step, please. You guys are more than welcome to take off your helmets right now. You don't have to wear them at lunch. But watch your step at lunch, right? That's when most people get hurt. We are the first trip of the day, right? So if you see a stick that moves, what is it?
Snake.
Right? Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Come and get me. I'll come and get rid of it for you. Right? If you don't know what poison ivy is, don't touch anything green. And just the more people that step on these rocks and roots and mud, like just the more slick it's gonna get because your feet are wet. Make sense? Right? So you guys just kind of give us maybe 10 minutes. Once we dock here, we'll have lunch ready for you in about, you know, that long. So you guys kind of just hang out. Once I dock the boat, you guys can take off your PFDs if you want. But you can put them in the seat you're sitting in. That way you get yours. But Ralph, let's get all those paddles up there where you're putting yours. Yeah, just like that. We'll just pass them all up there. That way they're nice and neat out of our way. All right. So my guys, you guys can come on out the back right here. Just watch your step, all right?